So on a bright morning in the spring of 1772, this young African woman by the name of Phillis Wheatley walked into the Boston courthouse to undergo an oral examination. Why had these men seen fit to summon this young black woman, scarcely 18 years old, before them? This group that later defined itself as the most respectable characters of Boston had assembled to question closely Phillis Wheatley's book, the first book written and published by a black woman in America. The bottom line fundamental question was, how could a black woman who was limited to doing kitchen table ethics obtain knowledge commensurate to a classical education available to young men of Harvard? The answers to these questions would determine the direction of the life and work of not only Phillis Wheatley, but also serve as a common denominator of black humankind. We can only speculate on the nature of the questions posed to the young writer. We do know, however, that Phillis Wheatley's responses were more than sufficient to prompt this blue ribbon jury of Boston's finest to compose, to sign, and to publish an open letter to the public, declaring that based on the results of the oral examination of Phillis Wheatley, that black women can think. In essence, Phillis Wheatley took a giant step in the evil game of May I, when she successfully passed the test that she had to undergo by Boston's finest. Our foremother Phillis Wheatley died in 1784 at the age of 31. So dearly beloved, the second lesson of liberation for the 21st century, as we call for the order of the day, deals with the fact that love and mercy means that we too, like Phillis Wheatley, we must undergo unfair trials and experience unjust tribulations when we decide to use our gifts and our graces to live as authentic disciples of Jesus Christ. Like Apostle Paul said in yesteryears, and Phillis Wheatley testified in her day, we must face life front and center. There will be times when we will feel afflicted in every way, and yet we must believe in our heart of hearts that we will not be crushed. And even when we are struck down, we will not be destroyed.